Calgary Flames have officially been eliminated from the playoff contention as they had a disappointing year this season. Let's take a look at what went wrong. Well, for starters, let's look back at last season. Last season, they were tied with St. Louis with 96 points for the final playoff spot. Unfortunately, they lost the tiebreaker to St. Louis and did not get in the playoffs. So they were a pretty good team last year. Despite being a good team, they had the fourth fewest goals scored in the league last year. So they were relying heavily on their defense and goaltending, and let's just say it was not very good this season, as goaltending was subpar and the defense was not great either, and goal scoring didn't really improve too much. So Calgary really struggled, especially in the first half of the season. In the second half of the season, they played a little bit better, but there was a stretch where Calgary was really neck and neck with Vancouver as two of the worst teams in the league. Plenty of reasons to be excited as a Calgary Flames fan because they have a ton of draft picks over the next 3 seasons. In fact, in the first 2 rounds over the next 3 seasons, they have 14 draft picks. They have 2 first-round picks this year, 4 second-round picks, and then 2 first-round and 2 second-round picks each of the next 2 seasons. So they have plenty of chances to draft some higher-end talent. Now we'll see if they get a little lottery luck, maybe get a really high pick, first or second overall, because they really need a shot in the arm. In my opinion, if any team really needs Gavin McKenna, it would be Calgary. They're really struggle to score. They definitely need a lightning rod, and McKenna being from Western Canada would really kind of be a nice story. I think that would be a good fit for Calgary. They don't get a lot of love. They're a smaller market team that really isn't a destination place. So if they were able to land a guy like McKenna, I think that would be really good for just that franchise and that organization, especially as going forward, they are building a new arena, state-of-the-art, and that would be the perfect guy to help sell tickets for that team. Calgary's cap situation isn't terrible, as they have traded guys like Uyghur and Kadri to free up a little bit of cap space long term. Those are guys who were signed for a while. They do have the Huberdeau contract, which obviously isn't great, but nonetheless, they are able to sign some guys going into free agency. I know this free agent class isn't as good as it was hyped up to be, but Calgary can definitely do some building blocks around some players, make a few depth signings to help improve their roster going forward next season. All in all, if you're a Calgary Flames fan, I would be really optimistic. You just have to be able to draft, and I know that's half the battle, but you have plenty of draft capital to not only draft guys, but to move up to find players that you really like in the draft. I think Calgary could be the next dynasty if they do it right. They have a ton of draft capital. They really can build this team right. They have the opportunity to. It's just a matter of, do they pick the right players? Do they pick the players that fit their system and their style? And I guess we'll have to find out. But despite a disappointing season, future's pretty bright in Calgary.